What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. The second time in a row I forgot to remove that little thing. Holy cow. We're just loading up right now, so you'll have to excuse moi. Let's get this over here. Get the audio check out of the way, and we'll be set to go. All right, that should work.
I dream of it.
Dream of it. Okay. Yep. Audio check sounds pretty good. Let's pull this out of here and we'll stick it down underneath there. Okay, we should be good to go. All right. Hi, kitty. What's the matter? Yay, Atreides won. What are you doing, dude? Come on. Hey, yeah. Just gonna roll across that mic, huh? He's the only one in here. I did have Mr. Eli in for a little bit, but he decided to hang out with Mrs. Rabbit, so he's hanging out with Mom. You can't touch that. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Oh, you're knocking everything over. You're knocking everything over. No, I'm going to hold you. You wanted attention, now you're getting it, you son of a bitch. Knocked everything over. Hi, everybody. It's Pickle. Okay. So anyway, we are out here in the deep desert still. Tonight we got to shut everything down because that Coriolis storm is coming. It's going to make everything go away. What was our main goal out here? Our main goal was Plastanium Deust. Previously, I'd always gotten that from the testing stations. Hadn't really hit the caves. Somebody in chat mentioned that they don't do the testing stations anymore. They just hit the caves real quick. So that's what I did. And we did pretty well, I think. Let's take a look at our hit the caves box, I guess. We are at 295. I had mentioned that I didn't know if I could hit 300. Could easily hit 300 if I played enough, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to play enough. But apparently I was. So, yes, we have hit 300. Well, we're at 295, but tonight we are going to finish that off. The huge bonus was all these schematics. So we have here, we got a Valari still suit. We got the full set. We got the garment. Sorry. Got the mask, the garment, the gloves, and the, stop buzzing. And we got the boots. So we did get a full set. This was hard to get. I wasn't nagging these. I was like, come on, man. But we did snag them, so hooray. We also got quite a few of the Shaddam's bladder. There's 2 of them. It's just a big packet. Big catch pouches. Okay. This was awesome. An Imperial Steel Suit garment. Heavy armor rating. Really good. So I was kind of hoping to get the rest of that suit tonight or this week. But spoiler alert, you're looking at what we got. So I'm assuming that was a rare drop. Like one of them like 1%er chances or whatever. So we got that one. Got more Valaris, 3 of them, in addition to the one that we got from there. So extras. Got a couple Wayfinder helmets. That just boosts scanning range for a handheld scanner. So cool. On a normal day-to-day basis, I don't use the hand scanner, but when they do new chapters and stuff, they usually incorporate having to scan for something. So maybe we'll make use of it then. I doubt it, though. I got a couple extra, just 2, of the mask for Valari's still suit. And we got a couple of these Pardo's hoods. So quite a few still suit things. Hook claw gloves. Did well. I mean, you got 3 of them. Makes climbing less arduous and stamina draining. I don't do a lot of climbing unless I accidentally run into something or jump into something. So don't know how much they're gonna help me, but cool. Got 2 sets of boots for Valaris. So we technically got 3 full suits. I just didn't get any more gloves besides this one. So I only have 1 full suit, but got quite a few. So there you go. And then we got some desert garb. It's a unique lake chest armor is made with breathable material which allows one to better survive the harsh desert climates. What does that actually mean? Heat protection 1.5? That's it. Well, it's light armor at 291. So let's jump out of here. 251. So it's better than what we're wearing. Looks like the good old Chome's suit we might be switching out. I usually wore this stuff because this was something that eventually anybody could get. So I didn't want to be the kind of guy that's like, hey, let's head out into the deep desert and do stuff. Everybody can do it. And then I've got all of this incredible gear and, you know, beyond what your normal player is going to have access to. And it's like, yeah, of course you're having fun, dude. Look at all the crap you've got. So I did try to keep it pretty stable. But I don't know, man. It's been long enough. We might take advantage of some of these advancements that we're getting here. But back to it. Super awesome. Excited about this. Got some Walker Sandcrawler engines. In fact, we got 2 of them. No, we got 3. We got 4. So I got 4 Walker engines, which is great. This will last me forever. But yeah, normally I would get this through like Landsrad rewards or something like that, and you know, pay a ton of money for these. Sellable if I really wanted to, but yeah, 4 of them. Super stoked there. This Rattler boost mode module. Less heat, but a little more sluggish when cool, but away you go. I haven't really experimented much with the boost modules, so I'll probably make one of these and test it out, see what it does, see how I like it. These are awesome, but I'm sad because I really don't use a sand bike anymore. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. But yeah, we got 2 of those. Super awesome here. Focus buggy cutter rays. 3 of them. It's awesome. Really happy about that. And we got a Night Rider sand bike boost. Kind of falls in the same category as the sorry, down here. I don't really use a sand bike, but maybe we will. Who knows? And then we move on to something I'm really excited about. Was we ended up snagging 4 compact compactors. Again, something I usually would work in the Landsrad to get, so I could get like 1 a week. And there were some weeks where I didn't even get one because I was like, ooh, I don't want to do that task. So this is like a month's worth of work throughout the course of a week. So that was super awesome. Didn't even know this existed. Impure extractor adds poison to your weapons when you do poison or people, but I couldn't tell you the last time I used blood extractor, so that. We also got the filter extractor, so it actually puts water into your canisters, which is handy, but again, you know, I don't do that much extracting. Maybe I will. Oh, look at that. We got 5. What are you doing over there? Okay, so we got 5 compact compactors. The night just keeps getting better. Super awesome. So that's a little over a month. We got a shell burster. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's a shotgun. I use shotguns. I use the drill shot though, so we'll have to see. I'll make it, test it, see what I think. And then also we got the Tabber, yeah, soft step boots. Currently I wear, I think the Idaho soft step boots. Yep. These are hanging in there. That's the one thing also. Usually whenever I wear any type of armor or still suit, I leave these soft step boots on because the worm threat reduction. So it's a shame. I wish I'd have gotten one set of boots for that Bellaris and a bunch of gloves because I do use those. But it's good to always have these. That way, whenever you step out in the desert, less likely for worms to come and try to eat you. But yeah, I was happy about the soft step boots. We'll put them to good use. But yeah, dude, man, we got so many schematics. Every time you go to those chests, you get some of this and a schematic. Love to get more Imperial stuff, but I digress. Now for the other stuff. We'll never need sandwich fiber and EMF generators ever again, dude. There's just so many of them in these things. I actually stopped opening the chests that have some of these extra ones because I'm like, dude, I don't need this many. We don't have to get more, so yeah. And then this was just kind of some general stuff that we got. I did stop killing bad guys. I just ran in and grabbed the chest because I would kill them every now and then, get some more bodies for the Deust still, and wanted to get at least the 700 mark on the 2 tasks that were active for the Landsrad. So, there you have it. But yeah, just some general stuff. Couple adept weapons, which is cool. We'll trade those in if we get a chance, and then just minor parts here and there. But overall, just for coming in trying to get the dust, which I wanted like 150 to 200, and we'll finish the night out with 3, and then all of these other things is huge. So we had ourselves a great week out here. I got most of the machines running right now. I have shut off my water, pulled the filters out. Still got just under 400,000 that we have to use, so we got to go get some stuff, whether that's spice, whether that's plastanium, aluminum, who knows. We're pretty close here, so we could make a batch of spice before we head out, which would be good. I'd hate to have to carry that back, but it would just carry over to next week. But let's go do stuffs. We'll go ahead and we'll hit those caves for the last time. I got home from work. I went in and jumped in there and got them. So the timer should have easily reset by now. And we are up and running. It's also nice that the first cave is like literally there. I honestly thought it was not going to be a real good deep desert for me because, again, the testing stations is where I went most of the time, and it was the wave battles, and I was like, oh, God. I can do them, it just takes long. It takes longer than I would prefer. So, this method rocked. In the event that, let's say, next week they do the singles where you just run in, you fight a bunch of guys, you kill them, and you get it, we'll combine it out. See if we can't continue to get a lot of Plastanium Deust. I would not mind selling it in the open market because that is a material that you kind of need for a lot of the top tier gear, and you may not be at the point where you can get it, but you're, it's kind of one of those hurdle, dude. It's kind of one of them hurdle things where, I want to run this race, but I have to get this item in order to make the gear to run the race, etc. So, let's show you how we do this. We're just going to pull out our trusty old rapier, get our shield up. Show you this. This is the last one. Now this, where is it? There it is. This one is already done, so if I get more points, I can't get the claim, but I can add to it. You see that's at 805. So I've already got the 700 one. I'm not going to do 3,500 for this thing. But here you can see we're at 621. So I'm getting 23 per deserter. It's 10,000 Solari. Why not? I'm 80 away. So let's go run in here and kill 4 dingleberries. If there are 4. And we'll see what we can get. So, more micro sandwich fiber. Hey guys. Guys. Are you in here? Oh, there he is. The melee guy in here. Come on, dude. Oh, get stuck in the... Come on, buddy. Hello. Ah, hey. That was pure instinct. That one wasn't. This guy's very spry. Mwah. Don't run away and heal. That was almost a team effort there on that one. Oh, I was thinking of something else. It's miles away. Hi. Try to get away, but I don't let them. Why did I get the end sound? I thought there was at least one more person. Yeah, there he is. What are you doing down here? Oh, did you get yourself stuck? Right, well. Oh, there you are. Alright, so we'll come over here. Flamethrower guys can be a little difficult, especially since they... Oh, I guess that person sorted their problems out, huh? Yeah, he did. No, he still hasn't gotten it sorted out yet. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's the flamethrower guy. Ah! I'm on fire. This is one of the reasons why I run with the toilet paper rolls for healing. Because when you're on fire, that's how you stop being on fire. And, it's a little much when you're throwing, Oh, look at you. I just want this guy to go away, so we're gonna throw some hell. Oh! Yeah, I'm critically injured now. Can't shoot one because it's standing in front of the other one. Now, of course, we're a little hurt, so... Die, 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 die. Good. That guy's gone. So now we're just going to seek shelter on the steps and shoot Mr. Flamethrower Man in the face head until it falls down. I just realized the cat knocked that over. Let me kill this guy and then we'll pick it up. Hey, did you knock the cam down? Yeah, you did. You totally did. Yeah, you're a douchebag. You know that? Can't wait to review that, see that on stream. Alright, let's get you set up back here. Fun a little bit. Let's not do that anymore, okay? No, I don't... I accept your apology. Alright, let's just pick up the stuffs they have. Why not? Oh. Alright, let's go see what we get. We only need 5. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be up on the desk, right? Ooh, that's still open from my last time. It hadn't been in long enough. Hey, get down. Dude. 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 I came here at like 4:30. Almost 2 hours ago. And in 2 hours, this thing hasn't changed. Come on. Get bent. Alright, well, we're going to have to go away. But we got 4 kills in here. So that should be everything we need for Lancerad, right? 736. So we can do it again in a little while, I guess. And we'll just run in and grab it. So the rest of this trip, or this little venture, is going to be how we're going to spend 400,000 milliliters of water. How would I like to spend it? I don't care. Spice, ores, doesn't matter. Wouldn't mind doing a little bit of spice harvesting. We ended up going out earlier in the week. Look at you. We went out earlier, got several medium spice fields, which was cool. Had a great moment. I came along across a field where somebody had cleared out all the middle with a compactor. So it was just like that faded outside ring. So I, was already out here. So I dropped the crawler down and I just did a couple donuts. Managed to do like 3 of them before it was all gone. Never summoned a worm either. It was nice. But it was about 3,000 or 4,000 spice sand that I was able to harvest. So I get it why you wouldn't want to do that with the with a hand compactor. But man, that's leaving a lot on the table. Oh, we got some spice blows up here somewhere. Look like a small. Man, we're seeing them from far away. Quite honestly, I'll take anything at this point. Like I said, I think I'm like 1,500 or something like that away from doing another batch, and that'll take 100K water away. That'll be a huge chunk of what we've got left. And then maybe we'll do some buggying, or we could go out and get enough to do another one. Looks like there's a nice little bloom right over here. Let's go take a look. I can just see the discoloration. And if it is an untapped medium, it's only 5-6K away. It'll work for me. Where are we at? And we're in D section. So worst case scenario, yeah, that's an untapped medium. But I see a Thopter to the left. Wonder who that is. Maybe with the angle, he didn't see that. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to head back. Is he watching me? I hope you're watching me. Yeah, looks like he bypassed it. So we're going to go grab our crawler, and we're going to head out there and see if we can turn that into spice melange. Usually I'll get enough to do 1, maybe 2 batches. I say 2 because you won't get enough to do 2 straight out of the gate. You will have to have some in reserve or find some in some extra little areas. I probably should have marked that spot. Tell you what, we'll mark where we're at right now. It was probably over in here. We'll find it. So let's get up to 180 kilometers. Looks like our friend finally disappeared. Hopefully he's not heading over there. And we'll go. But yeah, I ended up getting 3,000 or 4,000 spice sand out of a residue. And I was just flying around since I was out there. and I came across another field that had a couple compacts taken from it. So I was like, all right. So I hung out for a bit. No one showed up. It's like, all right. Boom, dropped down, and I started going in the area that they'd already done the compacts. So it was kind of spotty. I'm just kind of cleaning up. And then this little ornithopter came flying up to me, and he kind of stopped and hovered. So I typed into the deep desert chat. It was like, were you harvesting this? Never answered. So I just got in and I left. I didn't need it. Like it wasn't like critical for me to have that spice field. But whoever that person was, it probably meant a lot more to him, and I'm more than happy. Dude, go for it, bud. And we did a little wing waggle, which, by the way, is very hard to do. This thing, which is the universal, hey, what's going on? I'm happy and friendly, don't get crazy. It's very hard to do in a carrier. You can do it, but it just doesn't look as cool. So, yeah, there we are. But that was nice. Never spoke to me or anything, but we're not all terrible people out here in the deep desert. Before we do anything, we're definitely got to heal, man. We're a little hurt. That's no bueno. Shouldn't be going out in the sands when you're injured. It's asking for trouble. Okay, let's go do this. While we're running in, we'll go ahead and wrap ourselves up a little bit. That'll be pretty good. After I'm done running... Oh, she's all broken up. Come on, baby. Fix yourself. I always repair, refuel, so we're good to go. I do need to grab some fuel cells, though. That's for sure. Even though I'm only going after a single spice field, I'd like to have some extras in the bag, because you never know. Like, if you're out there and you're collecting a spice, and then all of a sudden another one blows near you. I gotta get rid of that stuff. I have all that stuff. That's from fighting dudes. Go away. Okay, so I got 2.5. I'm gonna grab a third just in case. Boop. Right here. So we got 3.5 fuel cells. That's awesome. Shouldn't be messing around, man. I got a spice field to contest. Back in the old days, I used to be a much more sharing type individual, where we would, you know, multiple people from multiple factions up in the spice fields, just harvesting away and friendly and not causing each other problems. But now that I've got this carryall and the sandcrawler, I am not... I was going to say I'm not so friendly, but I don't really want to put it that way. It's not that I want to cause problems with anybody, but I am more protective of my equipment than I am friendly, if that makes sense. So people doing... looks like there's another bloom in the same direction we're freaking heading. Good Lord. With me, with the carryall, it takes me time to transition from being on the ground to being in the air. So, that spice over there too? No. Thank you for answering my question. Appreciate that, game. But, yeah, I've said this before, for me to transition into being on the ground and possibly get eaten to being up in the air and safe, it takes some time. I've got to drive the carrier close, or the crawler close, jump out, jump in the carrier, get airborne, hook up, and get some height. Whereas somebody using a compactor can literally just land, jump out, thump, 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 do it. And a lot of people do that. They'll put 20 or 30 things down to aggro the worm, then they go up in the air, worm comes by, then they land and just pick them all up. Whatever method you want to use, dude, go ahead. But the problem is, I can't let you do that around me, because I have to land And, you know, when I land and disengage, you jump out, dum, 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 dum. By the time I get into the sand crawler, you aggroed a worm. I got to get the hell out of there. So I jump back. It just doesn't work. So what I do, you know, it's a little lawless out here in the desert. Deep desert is. There's rules and regulations? Not really. So who owns a spice field? Well, no one. Even the person that's there doesn't technically own it. There's nothing preventing you from coming down and harvesting with them, or as you're harvesting, somebody jumps down and does it with you. In the PvP sector, that upper sector of the deep desert, yeah, obviously you can dispute ownership of things, you know, with guns and rockets. But in the PvE section, it's there's no correct answer as to who owns something, whether it's yours or somebody else's. So people that would see me harvesting, it's funny because they would come down to harvest with me and I would just get up and leave. And it's not because I'm not friendly. I'm actually very friendly and I'm charming. But the reason I do that is because I don't want to lose my equipment, and you are potentially going to do that. Okay, so there's that spice field that we saw. And I want to say, look at that. I am coming up on my mark. Look how close we were. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, we were about 500, 600 meters. We'll get over it and take a look. It's kind of shot in the dark. Should have been better at it because, you know, we got the rocks right there, but what are we doing here? Probably about 7 or 8. Still, that's not bad. So this will be good. It's a good way to end. So when I come up to a medium spice field such as this, the first thing I do is I just go straight up the center and get a swipe or two, because that is where the richest amounts are going to be. So in the event that somebody comes along and I decide, nah, we're not friendly here, if I do leave, at least the little bit of time that I spent, it was maximized. I have tried the going forwards. We're going to go ahead and get up. Seems as though there is a worm here. I don't know if you saw that worm sign. He's not aggroed, but he's around. So let's just go ahead and get some air and see what's happening. Oh, he's over there. So that will happen. As you can see, I did not aggro a worm, but there is one about. And they put out a patch a while ago and said that they were going to have the worms linger around spice fields more. And this is what they're talking about. So he's lingering. What a lingerer. What does that mean? That means he's aggroable. And I could start a fight with him. And that's what the orange aggro warning there was for somebody who just literally just started collecting spice. You know, normally it's get in there and go for quite a while before things like that happen. Also, my inner suspicious individual thinks that perhaps somebody was setting this up. You know, maybe they got some thumpers going around. Want to watch somebody get killed on a field. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But there's a not 0% chance that that's the case. So we'll always be aware. Let's see what it does now. Great, I'm stuck under my dude. Are you kidding? All right, let's try this again. That is part of being smart. Not taking too many risks. So as I was saying before I got scared, if you keep this bad boy under 10, I'm not even... Are we good now? Can we finally start doing this? Now would be a good time for somebody to come down. Just complete the whole mess. Anyway. So I read somewhere where a person said if you keep this sucker under 10 kilometers per hour, you don't have to double up your path. That will give you enough vacuum time to completely clear a section. And as you can see, I'm keeping it under 10. It does get a little ragged on the edges. But if you keep it under 10, 10 or lower, it will not require a second trip through. If you go at full speed, it only gets so much of the spice before you've moved on to it. So then it requires that you go backwards. On the large fields, that's the method I use. But on mediums like this, I usually try to keep it under 10. It's PvE section. I don't have to worry so much. And we just kind of cruise along and do our thing here. So, back up a little, but not enough to tip. Awesome. And we'll turn. So as you can see there, it did get a little ragged on the edges, but you know what? We're going to overlap and we'll keep it under 10, and that gives us 2 good swipes. I have done 3. And still not aggroed a worm. But I'm not feeling saucy tonight. So we're going to do these 2. We're going to do 2 here, and then we're going to get airborne and reset ourselves. So there you go. See, we did a really great job. A couple little spots here and there, but that was probably the terrain bouncing us a little. For the most part, terrain doesn't matter, but there are some areas that it will bounce you a little, and I've noticed that I do occasionally miss some when I'm bouncing like that. But there we go. Nice big stripe right down the center. We turn to the proper direction so that I can just run over here, and let's get some air. What I like to do here is I use my right hand, hit the space bar just to get some height, and then I hit C to attach, use the controls to get up, and now we're straight space bar, full speed up. Oh, it didn't go all the way up there. And we go up as high enough to A, get the worm aggro bar to disappear, and then also enough to where we can take a peek around, see if anybody's noticed us or if we got any problems going on, which it looks like we do not. So back down we go. So now we're just going to start on the sides. I'm going to do this side first because it's straight up and down. I don't have the curved edge there to worry about, so this will be a lot easier. This is also where the soft step boots come in, you know? And we engage the vacuum and off we go. So here I'll show you also, if we just keep going like fast forward, you'll see that we'll start leaving some. And we're going to get the same amount of trips up and down this hill in this spice field. Whether we go super fast like this and end up doing 2 runs. See how much we missed? It's horrible. But you just hit backwards and that should clean it completely up. Or if you go super slow, like keep it under 10, you don't have to make this backtrack and you can get 2, but you're going slower. So, you know, it's kind of doesn't make that much of a difference. What it will do is it makes a difference as far as worm aggro. If you go slow, much less likely to summon a big angry friend. But it's hard to keep it under 10. You can see here I'm constantly fighting with the 12, and my keyboard makes noise because I like that, and I have to listen to the tapping. So do you. Alright, we got a little bit of mist right there. That's okay. I don't care if I summon a worm by accident, if I aggro one, you know, we know what to do, so we deal with it. It's just a situation I don't need, you know? Like, go away. So, if I can not aggro a worm, I'm happier. If we do, we do. This method also, I don't have the ability to see as much because I'm also concerned about my speed. So that's another thing that I have to pay attention to that I don't like. You know, I'm like, oh God, come on. So there's, you know, benefits and problems for each one. We're going to hit the air here just to reset it. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to roll across this area here just to clean up these little spots here that we missed. The civilized way. Now you can also shut off the vacuum, which look at what that does to the aggro bar. I mean, I'm not really picking anything up right now because I'm out on the edge. But I'll tell you what, we're going to stay in the zone here, and I'm going to make another run, assuming that I'm going to summon a friend. Or maybe we won't. Well, it's good. He's able to turn around the way I like. Let's see if we can do this a little strangely. Start angling some. We'll go faster. That will definitely help the cause. Okay. So we're going to hit C, because we can get a good 30-kilometer speed here. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Plenty of time. As long as he's not a jumper. He got a little height there. A little bit. So there we go. Even if a worm comes, we usually have plenty of time. So now, since there's just that little spot left, I'm going to start on this side, but I'm not going to cross this berm. I'll get up to it, but I'm not going to cross over the dune. We'll actually come and get that from this direction. He's still hanging around. Look at that bastard. He knew we were gonna. More spice. Looks awful big. It's another medium, folks. I think. Usually when it's got the big mushroom cloud on the top, that indicates that it's a medium. And then you'll see it pulsing like this, like it gets bright and then it goes away, and then it gets bright again. So, look at that. Alright, that's why we brought extra fuel. Just in case. So, get ourselves positioned up. Park the car. And we'll go. If we can get over there and get a bunch from that other spice blow that just went off, that'll give us enough to do at least 3 batches of spice. And that is awesome because it's 100k for each one. Even though I'm short, if we got 4, I've got plenty of Leader Johns still in the carrier that I never used. So I have some reserve water that if we want to, we can use. She doesn't turn around completely, so we have to get the back up there just to make sure we get every little bit. So it's the civilized way, okay? Slow down, dude. Now this also, we can extend the number of shots we do. Normally we'll do like 2 and then call it. Get up in the air, reset everything. But since we're not going all the way... Oh, look at that huge spot I missed. Since we're not going the full length of the field, we could actually do 3 pretty safely. Tell you what, I'm going to go full speed on this because I want to end this one with the right side of the carrier facing the right space. So we're going to go over that, fix our mess up so that people don't see that. We have a reputation to uphold. And we're going to go ahead and speed up this. Shoop. Good enough. Now we'll go back and then we're going to jump out. And take a moment to think of things. Out here this week so far, I don't think I can do another week on these treads. As you see, they're starting to wear. I'll repair them as much as I can, and then I get out here and I can't even get a medium field before, you know, the damage starts going red. That's not cool. It's not cool because I don't want to be out here fixing things. I like to fix things, go use them, and then come back. And also, in the event that I do get jumped by somebody, if I'm out over that line, they could blow my treads real quick, real easy. So, I think we're fine. It's good. Let's take a look. That is definitely a medium because it's still blowing. We will go down. We went too low, so we bottomed out. That means we have aggroed the worm again already. Look at that. So we're going to go back up. Calm ourselves. Thought I heard the worm. Thanks. Appreciate it. Not getting stuck behind my own equipment. That's my fault and the game's fault. My fault for landing there. Like, dude, wake up. But also, you know, sometimes when you exit these vehicles, you exit in different places. And you would think that the... Okay, I don't know if you guys could hear that. But, heard some worm speak. If I wanted to be a douchebag, I could be by leaving this here and going and getting that new field, because the new field's got a whole new center stripe, which is way more amount coming into the vacuum than this little bit here. But I don't like being that way. So, person in my deep desert, as you can just barely see there, because I have me covering most of my chat, because sometimes people say bad words. They just said that the large spice field at I-5 just blew. Which is funny, because that's either helpful or a trap. It's a trap. If I don't know the person, thanks for the info, but no thanks. If I know the person, I'll message them directly. Okay, so we just got that little bit over there and this little bit here. For this, we're going to land... I'm going to have to break my preferred method, which is to drop my carrier and then park to the right. So we're going to end up snagging this one. We'll have to park over to the left, because if I do the right, then I've also got to cover, I got to cross a dune, and that's no bueno. So come over here. We're going to drop this bad boy right here. Perfect. That's a little far off, but you know what? I think we'll be okay. Let's jump out. You know, it's funny that my footsteps make this go from, up to red, or to, very orange, but me sitting in an ornithopter, you'd think those big-ass wings would have, would do a little more damage than me trotting across the sand in a, with soft step boots on, you know? Oh yeah, we're going all the way up. We missed a little spot here. That's horrible. Hey, what's up, Hawk? Those hawks scare me all the time. Like, that one was very close. I immediately see something else in the air, and I assume it's another person. Now I can go faster here on these fringes because there's not a lot of spice there to begin with. So it doesn't take... Hey, look at that. I bet he's heading to that medium. So we might have lost that one. We shall see. Now I don't want to drive all the way over there to get that last bit of spice. Because I don't like putting that much distance between me and my carrier. The farther away I am from it, the more bad things that could happen to it. So, we are going to jump out. I'm going to run over here. Same thing. Now, I could probably... Yeah, he's heading to that. So we're not going to be able to to harvest any of that. I could go get it, like I could hang out in these rocks and wait to watch him fly by and then go pull some. But well, that was uncalled for. The hell was all that about? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's just go. Let's just get this last little bit and go the hell home. Alright, once I'm at the end here, I usually get a little more cocky. Just because I want it to be done. So we're going to go full speed, front and back. Swoop over and get a little bit of that. I don't know if you guys can hear that buzzing. That's a work text messaging. Gotta shut that off. I'm hoping that doesn't come through, but it probably does. Sorry. Apologies. Okay, said and done. So we got most of it, if not all of it. There's a couple spots over there and stuff, but I'm not going to really get too crazy about. And our take is we get a full batch plus a little over half. Not quite 3/4, but a little over half. So not a bad little outing. If I wanted to find where the rest of it was, I guess I could. There's a couple patches, but nah. Yep, like there's one right there. All that. But we did good. We did real good. I'm going to head this way for 2 reasons. Number 1, because there's a spice field over here, so let's go see what's happening. And if there's people there, maybe we'll say hi. But also, this is heading into the direction of the other cave. There are 2. And while it's probably not the best idea to stop at the caves in a carrier with a sand crawler, we're gonna, because that's how we roll. I was surprised to find just a medium field just sitting there. It's my guess that since it's storm day and everybody has a short amount of time, that there's a large group of people who already have cleared out. So, makes sense. So here we go. I would expect that there's at least one other player here pulling from it. Since we did see somebody. Might be more than that. I don't know. But what we're probably going to do here is we're going to come up. Yeah, it looks like there's some disruption. You can barely see it. We're going to come up here and we'll just hang out and wait. And once they leave, we'll clear out some of the patchwork that they leave. Like I said, I just really want to make... I've got enough to do 2 batches. I could probably do a 3rd if we're super fancy about it, so... Now, you saw with my method... hi from Australia. What's up, Cozy? Hi from America. Yep, so there's at least that guy there. So let's see how many times he pulls some worm aggro. We just did our field, and I actually had to push it beyond what I felt comfortable with in order to get a worm to show up, right? So let's see what happens here. Is it just him? Doesn't take him long, does it? We're sitting at about 500, so we're in good shape. Now, here's the thing. You saw this other guy come flying in here. I hope they're buds. I hope they're friends. Because if they're not, it's kind of a douchebag move. To just swoop in like that. I've had people do that while I was... I've had people do that while I was running my crawler to where I have a field. And... is he trying to push me down? But I've had people do that to me before. And this guy's vacating. But I've had people do that before, where they just come down while I'm... Did I scare him away? I don't want to scare anybody away. Well, I hope that's going to miss me. I think it will. Oh, that's a shame. I didn't mean to... Well, I mean, I was just watching. But yeah, I've had people do that before, where they come swooping down out of the sky and start taking spice away, and I'll be like, okay, I guess that's cool. Oh, you know what? I've never run over something that's already been compacted before. Let's see what happens if I can make it down there fast enough. I want to scare people away. We're just going to assume that they finished, right? Probably thought that I was not truly alone. You know what that means? They aren't subscribers. Oh, looks like I can't pick that up, huh? Alright, well, whatever. Let's just do some speed runs here. So they'll disappear after a while, because that's the way of things. But, okay, good. Yeah, that's a couple sectors north. I like that. But yes, again, I don't normally support jumping a spice claim like this. The one guy was in a scout, and he definitely, if that was him, I think they both were actually. But they filled up. At least the one did. Looking by the size of these, so maybe I need to be more assertive, though, you know? Nice guys always finish last, right? It's dangerous to do a full-length run again. Well, we're going to. 'Cause that's how we roll. Going full speed, chasing people away from spice fields. New year, new me, huh? Come on, worm. Come at me. I'm not that brave. We're getting up in the air as soon as we get back. Whether we aggro one or not. This is actually kind of cool. We're close enough I didn't even have to touch the ground. Hell yeah. Anywhoo. So, definitely glad we didn't get hit by the storm. When I was out earlier doing these things, I ended up getting hit by a storm, and I had to park the carrier and the crawler just out in the open. Well, it wasn't out in the open; it was in the rocks, and they were quote unquote okay. I mean, they were sheltered or whatever it is. They did take a little bit of damage. I was okay though, but that was unfortunate. I got 5 minutes worth of warning from Miss Weather Lady. Feel like she could have given me a little more time, but whatever. While we're in this, I'm going to go ahead and refuel. But I do need to be careful because we're probably not going to do this anymore after we get these. And I don't want to put fuel cells in that are just going to get wasted. I probably shouldn't care. Let me just make more, but it's just not my nature to waste things. Of course, it's also not my nature to chase people off spice fields, but we're doing that, so... I love when I'm like scanning to see where people are, and I just end up going into the ground and looking up into the bottom of the machine like this. It's like, yeah, that's helpful. We're moving good now, aren't we? Some of them are rocking, but most of them are down a lot of players. There's not that many. So, I mean, I remember when the deep desert out here used to be highly contested. And I wouldn't go near a spice field in a PvP section without either being the armed escort or having it. And over the past month or so, I've actually gone out to the large fields solo by myself and harvested. So yeah, player count is pretty far down. So the servers are for the most part friendly, but you know, in the PvP areas, to still get fired on. So I don't trust it. We're gonna get airborne. If one of those two small flyers comes back, we'll roll. They can have the rest of this. This was actually way more... Well, I mean, originally I wanted the whole thing, but with other people around, I try not to be greedy, so... But if somebody comes back, that guy headed straight south. He either has a base there, or he was out here grabbing it and heading back to Haga. Do I think Chapter 3 will help bring players back? I do, but I don't know if it's going to retain them. There'll be that influx and everybody will start celebrating, but are they going to stay? One of the things that does some harm to that is it's a continuous game. You know, if they didn't take the time, what's that? If they didn't take the time to save their stuff, oh, I got to go the opposite side. Now I'm all twitchy. If they didn't save, hit by my own door. I'll get this out. If they did not save their progress, their base, and materials just to start over, Chapter 3 is not going to be enough to bring those people back. I had the opportunity to play with a guy on my server. He was brand new and he just started asking questions. So I was helping him out, answering them. And then he's like, yeah, I got this. I got to do this testing station thing, but the bad guys are beyond me. He's like, I'm just getting killed. So I was like, oh, I can help you out. So we went and did it ourselves. And, well, we did it. I was talking with him after that, and he was a free weekend player. And I was like, oh, what do you think of the game so far? He's like, oh, it's really cool. He's like, I like Dune, and I like all that, and it's really awesome. The progression's neat, and it's pretty well done. I was like, so are you going to be playing after the free weekend? He goes, oh, no. I'm like, okay. He even mentioned that, because I asked him after that, I was like, do you want to do anything else? And he was like, no, this was all I needed to do. And I was like, well, there's more stuff. But that was why he didn't want to tell me he wasn't playing after the free weekend. So even though he enjoyed it and was having fun, it wasn't enough to hook him into it. I personally like this because, honestly, this is relaxing to me. I get done with work, and I just come out here in the sand and drive this thing. I don't need craziness and thrills and all that stuff every time. So, it's a very relaxing game for me. Oddly enough, I was just thinking about this tonight. I was thinking about popping Ghost of Tsushima back in, firing up the old PlayStation, and giving that a few rounds. That was actually a relaxation game for me as well. Boy, we get a little jittery there. That was just to fart around, have fun. But I think the changes to Chapter 3, it's going to be great for the people who are already here, like me, like other players. Is it going to bring them back? I don't know, because they can't just log in and all their stuff's where it's supposed to be, Like for me, when I shut this game off, I'll log in tomorrow. My base is exactly where it is. I know exactly, well, I don't know exactly, but I have all the materials, all the resources I'm collecting, etc. It's all there because, it's continuous. Whereas somebody who took a break or stepped away, this is a hard game to step back into. If you're with a guild, that would be good because, I don't want to stay up in the air a little longer. If you're with a guild, that's good because you got some friends who could take care of things for you and keep stuff alive. Maybe you get a couple chests or something like that and you stick them in. But for me personally, on the weekend, I see names that I don't recognize, but throughout the week, it's people I know. It's people I know and I've talked to already. So it'll bring more players in, but I don't know what's going to happen 3 or 4 weeks after that. Are they going to still be around? I know the server merge is also a very big topic that people are going over as to whether or not that's going to have an effect on the horizon or not. I can't back up, so not the best placement, but we're going to do it. That was an unfortunate, I think, oversight on Funcom's part, that, the servers, the sietches, Deep Desert, and all that stuff, to have it as separated as they did. You got to watch out for your limitations. The more you limit people, the less people are going to stick around. And having that, like the first guild that I tried to join wasn't on my server, and I would have had to have moved. And the problem with that was, like, I didn't know that. so I was talking to these guys, and they were like, "Oh yeah, join," and Northeast, etc., and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, "I can't find you guys." And like, "Well, what world server are you on?" It's like, "Oh, I'm on Helisadar," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're on a different one, so you'll have to start completely over." And I was like, "Oh, well, thanks for talking." When my guild here went to Harmony, most of them transferred over to Harmony for more action because there was a higher player count over there. I stayed behind. I'm not real big on PvP, but whatever. When is cross-platform coming to Dune? I have no idea. That would definitely help the player counts. I know that Steam and Xbox, or Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, they don't post player totals. But, when you look at the Steam count for, let's say, Battlefield 6 right now, it is definitely down from launch. It's going to be. But when you load into a match, you'll see where players are on in your match, what they're on, whether they're on console or whether they're on PC. And whatever the Steam charts are for a cross-platform game, it's probably the same on PlayStation, the same on Xbox. So, that's a whole group of people that we're missing out on. It's a douchebag. Look at this. It took the whole damn field. It just came over. What are we at? The results of greed, my friends. Results of greed. And, truth be told, they may never go cross-platform. If the numbers and player counts were higher, that might be something they do. But I don't know if there's enough to justify it to them. They may not be porting over. Or they might look at that as a way to salvage the game in their minds. I don't know. This would be a hard game for console controls, I would think. Quite a bit of key pressing that I'm doing. Like right now, I'm flying, apparently chatting. But yeah, I'm flying, doing whatever I'm doing. Now we're going to drink some water. I mean, I can do multiple inputs without having too much of a problem. On a controller with 2 paddles, 2 sticks, and 4 buttons, that could be a little rough. So this little rock outcropping here that we're heading to right now is where that cave is. We're going to go in there, and we're going to get, like I said, we need 5. Last time we went to the cave, it didn't have any and made us sad. But we are going to snag ourselves well, I shouldn't say that. If my history and gaming luck says anything, it's going to be like 3 or 4 in this chest. We'll have to go to the other room. In most cases, that's just only observing the bad stuff. You don't think about the times it works. You only think about the times it doesn't. No, it's not that. Countless times, I'm 99%. Like, just can't give me that last little bit to let me go home, huh? You're going to make me do this all over again? Let's see. Where can we park this stuff so... Yep. Bringing my crawler and carry-all over to the cave. Don't you go down that hill. Oh, well, I guess I can't complain because it went up the hill. It's always a little scary when you try to park a vehicle or drop a vehicle when it's on an angle. Should be able to pick that thing up, though. We're just going to run in here. I'm not fighting anybody. We already got our Landsrad tasks, so... Super sweet. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just heading up here. Yeah, I know, but I'm just grabbing stuff. Don't need that. Come on. 5. I got exactly what I needed. And another set of soft boots. Alright. Well, we were trying to get 300, and that's exactly what we got. I guess I could hit the other... Yeah, I'm going to hit the other cave just on premise. But yeah, we hit 300. I did not honestly think we were going to. Oh, it's going to take us forever to get there. Should be an interesting pickup. Yeah, we just scraped the paint a little bit, right? So yeah, Plastanium Deust 300. It's awesome. As I said earlier, I was looking at maybe 150 to 200 being the most I'd get. So coming out with 3, sweet. It's so awesome. That honestly will serve me for quite a long time. I use that stuff, but I don't use it that much. So, sorry, I had to itch my eyeball. I don't use it that much, so it's not like, you know, it's going to be gone. But it does come in handy for making some things. Now, it's not that cost efficient to use a sand crawler on a small field. But if I cross one, I'll drop and grab it. Just because I've got space in the carrier, or in the sand crawler, I'm heading home, you know? Why not? I'd love for somebody to fly over and see me hitting a small one. I'll be like, hey, I set the compass for home, and this just happened to be on the way, and I had the space. So why the heck not? Would I come out here directly just to go grab small fields? Oh, no, no, no. I've never harvested a small field in Haga either. But I have in the deep desert. That brings me to a change I would love to see. I would love to see the sand crawler be able to harvest flower sand. I think that would break it though, because I mean you don't need that much flower sand, but I just feel like it should. But one of the reasons why that's a weird line to the left, you can see the dune lines. Is that just server being stupid? I don't know. Not sure. But yeah, like I was saying, the sand crawler works for, you know, the mediums, the large fields. It's not really good for smalls, and flower sand is somewhere between a small and a medium size as far as spice goes. Be neat if they had out here. There you go. Have some large flower sand fields that you can use the sand crawler on. That would be cool. I think the issue would be that the standard size that we have right now, if the crawler was able to pull from it, would be huge. I've harvested complete fields with my assault, and hey, take it here, Quozy. Good talking with you, but I've filled up my assault at a flower sand field, and it can hold a lot. So a carrier would definitely, or a crawler would definitely pull it. But that would be awesome. Could you imagine that, a large flower sand field? Silicone blocks would become commonplace. So technically, since I went to that other cave and the chests hadn't respawned, I could probably go to it right now and it would be super and ready to go. But I hit 300. Not totally required right now. I want to get this spice back and get it going. And then see how much water we have, and start working on tearing the base down and getting things set. I have to take the snapshot with my little projector thing with this one, because I haven't done that yet. And the last time I did it, I was kind of dopey and did it after I'd taken down a bunch of machines. I haven't destroyed anything yet. The only thing I've done was earlier today. I shut down the wind traps because I knew we didn't need to keep making water. Pulled the filters out of it and turned them off. They're still there, they're just off. So we're gonna copy the blueprint here once we get back, and do what we're doing. The footprint that we're using right now did work pretty well for us. Again, like I said, we didn't hit it as hard as we would have liked. My weekend was kind of packed, and we did lose a day for snow because I had to be out in it. So it wasn't that much less than I would normally do, but it did make a difference. So water was never a problem. So I think we're going to carry this one over. I would definitely like to it's why we're here. It's why we're here, and it's what we do. Now, I said about how I didn't want to use fuel cells in the sand crawler, which I still don't, but we're going to use this bad boy for not only what we're doing now, but also carrying all our stuff back. So, oh, did I use up all of my fuel cells? I believe I did. We may actually not have to pull too much from this. I didn't check the, if I did, I don't remember it. I didn't check how much stuff we got. What our capacity is in this sand crawler. So, oh, great, crashing ship. Let's watch her go down, right, as we're flying, yeah, north-northeast. And secondary explosion. Do it. Do it. Do it. Did I already hear the secondary? I guess, yeah. Oh, there it is. Ah. Boom. That was a good landing, actually. No, they needed to be more on the slope. That one shattered some spines because it hit the upper part and then slid forward. It was better than just, slamming straight into the ground. Okay, so this one, is it dying yet? I think it, no. I mean, I gotta be honest, I prefer like that situation we just had where I found a spice field that was already on the ground, all this smoke and flares and nonsense had gone away, and I could just get in there, harvest, and walk away. That's what I prefer. I don't like it when it's still pooping because, one, it's throwing a flare up to tell everybody else to come check it out, and number two, it limits your view. From here, I'm thinking somebody's already hitting this one. Yep, I see some spots gone. So I'm in D8. That is definitely a PvP flash. So I'm not necessarily too excited about hitting that one. Let's stay back. And this is stopped now. Let's see if we can catch sight of some activity or not. It looks like there's some things in the middle there. I did not see anybody coming or going. The smoke is gone. That's good. Move in a bit. So it's funny, if you're out of range and you can't see a person or a ship, you will be able to see the spice disappearing into compacted piles. All right, somebody was here, but they are gone now. Is it him? Well, it would appear as it is not him. I don't know where he's headed. I was willing to go away, but if he's not still moving, I don't know. It's so far away, can't tell. Yeah, well, he just flew on by. All right, we're gonna harvest. The spice must flow, and if it can flow into my sand crawler, the more the merrier, right? Now, the thing about this is, let's say it was the guy who we quote unquote. Okay. Let's say it was the guy that we kind of chased away from the one earlier. That would be real douchebaggy, you know? To chase him away from a second one. But, yep. Can we not fly off? Thank you. If we did chase him away from this one as well, that would mean that's like twice that we've interfered with that guy, and that makes us a tinkle. How much do we have? Well, there's 1, 2. We have enough to make 3. I'm only going to grab like 1 or 2 rows, because like I said, I've got some in there. That would be enough to make 4. We're just going to go full speed. Not worrying about fuel. Not worrying about anything. Except spice in the harvester. And back. And that way, if homie does come back, he's still got quite a bit of spice to get. We're going to run through this side. I could probably get more if I went to the other one, but you know what? We don't need to. This should be enough, I'm hoping. I'm hoping to get 4. If I'm not, we're not that far from home. Yeah, we're 7,000 meters away. So yeah, we're 7 kilometers away. So we are far from home. All right, where does this put us? We got enough, definitely got enough to make 4. So we'll go ahead and roll. If there was no signs of harvesting from anybody else, I would take this whole field. But that's good enough. I got 400,000 water. I got 400,000 water worth of spice. So, yeah. Oh, hour and 40. We got a lot done. Still got a lot to do, but we got a lot done. So we're going to land. We're going to get these machines rolling, get this spice made. Luckily, the Landsrad for me was the production times. So things are like 25% of what they used to be. So a batch of spice takes 10 minutes now. It's crazy. It's another shame that I didn't have as much playtime as I wanted, because, man, we could have really knocked out a bunch of stuff if I was going at it hardcore. But real life takes precedence, so I would not, in any way, shape, or form, say that somebody made a mistake by choosing life over gaming. I'm lucky that I have the opportunity to play as much as I do and to do the stuff with this channel. That's a credit to Mrs. Rabbit. But I'll tell you what the key is. You gotta have the right situation. Because I'm a gamer. She's a book reader. The best thing we can do to each other is leave each other alone, you know? I mean, it works out real well. We do the check-ins, you know? Like, I'll be sitting here playing, she'll walk by, look at me, I'll look at her, we'll nod. Everything's good. And that's a great interaction. Then I go over and talk to her while she's trying to read. And it's funny because, you know, I'll do it a couple times. And then I'll get the... And I know that's when I should stay out of the room. I should focus on what I'm doing. What are you doing down there? Why are you so upset? So my base teardown, you've seen that before, and you really don't need to see anything else about it. You just, you know, break things. What I like doing is I like basically taking out that bottom level wall of everything, and that just makes the whole base go away. Ends up being one of those little satchels that you leave laying on the ground, but ooh, shoot off to the side. Very easy to deal with. I've got to make 2 trips because I have an extra ornithopter in there. That actually is okay. Well, no, because I'm only going to take 1 carrier out. I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to make 2 trips. That's alright. Worst things. Random fuel cell laying on the ground. Okay. Alright. Oh, and didn't talk about how much spice we got so far out there. So far out here. Come on, you can make it. There you are. Okay. Yeah, so in here I've got a whole bunch. Oh, I needed a full. Ooh, I needed a full 2,000. I thought that was more than that. Uh-oh. Oh, we're gonna be really close. We should be fine. So I'm just gonna stuff this in here until it says can't fill it. There we go. Yeah. 75,000 for water, so I misjudged that. Uh-oh. Make 2. Now we should be able to dump the rest from the carrier. Doot, doot, doot. The carry-all. Crawler. I think that's going to be another 2, right? Yeah. All right. Now we're down to 7 knots. That's great. That's a good number. I can deal with that. So yeah, we're set to go here. Oh, yeah, spice. This is how much I made this week. With the 4 batches I just put in there. We're going to be at 15K of the spice residue, and that'll be 2, 4, 6, 800 added to that. So we're going to come out with 3,000 spice as well. Spice was not our goal, so it's super awesome that, you know, we were as productive as we were. I give all the credit of that to the fact that I went out to get a medium size spice field, and they just kept blowing up everywhere. I ended up pulling 3 of them into that. So that's why we got so much spice. But there we are, 300. I will take it. That is awesome. We are good to go. We'll just drop you guys in here. So overall, it was a great week out here. I had loads of fun, loads of productivity, some great items, some incredibly great items that we're going to make use of. I've only got, I think, 1 more, maybe 2 of these. So I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm going to have to get these. And I was going to check the Landsrad for it. Now I don't have to. We're going to have a new still suit to try out. I'm going to try to find out what I need to do to get the rest of these Imperials, because that's even better than the one up here. But we'll see. But anyway, guys, I got 15. Man, that phone is crazy. I also managed to clean out my carrier. Sorry. My storage container. Cargo container. So this is just some basic overflow items, and these are the filters I pulled out today. But this is just, I want to have extra of these, so anything that was up on the roof that broke, I would have extra materials to replace. And then down here is everything that I made while I was out here. And I have actually made several trips back already, so that's awesome. You know what? I bet I can make more plastanium. I can. I bet that I can make 100,000 water worth, 79. There we go. So we only have 770 milliliters of water left. That we could probably stick in a canteen. We are taking back a lot of ore, though. It's a lot. And a lot of stravidium fiber, too. But it can't be helped. Is what it is. Let us see if we can... 0. And we had a little bit of room to spare, too. So, super awesome. Now I just got to let this stuff do its job, and then we're going to tear it down. Before we do that, though, and before I start breaking things, let's go ahead and copy this base. The only changes that I've made in this one so far is I added stairs here because I kept jumping down. I'm thinking about, and I changed this wall because if you use this black and gray stone, it sticks up, and when you run up, you get caught on it. It's terrible. But so I'm thinking of some options that I have. Let me go, actually, before we copy this, let me talk about what I'm doing here. One thing that you should always do when you build a base like this out here, you want flexibility. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that. You want to have some flexibility. You want to be able to make changes as you need it, depending on the situation. So for instance, let's say I needed more water. Well, I could extend this little section right here all the way out there, and I could get at least 2 more large traps, at least. If I needed even more than that, I could extend over this section right here, scooch them a little bit forward. As you see, I got the space, and I could put 4 more there. So I could actually, with very minor changes, I could have 8 wind traps up and running and need a ton of filters. But yeah. With these generators up here on the roof, I could stick 3 more in just as it sits now. I could put some right here along this row as well, over here along this well. If I don't need as much water, I could put them there. So I do have some, you know, minor changes that I can make that wouldn't take very much at all. I could extend this out like it probably would reach. I could put another wind trap right there. So I could have 9 easily. Probably could do 5 up there to get 10 total. But yeah, I got the flexibility. And this little layout here is working pretty well for me. I brought my attack thopter out just in case I needed it, which I did fly it to go kill somebody because he shot at me, but he ran away. I couldn't find him. I kind of angle park this. We may have to address that. I don't know if I have to move it over or make it a little wider, or just keep going this way a little bit more, make it longer. But honestly, that's okay to, in my head, to side cant those. This is just big enough for what I need for it, and I could also park in here if I really, really had to. So that's fine. Assault Thopter will fit in there just as well, so it works good. But yeah, this is a good base. Liking the layout. The internal layout works for me. If I had to make a change, the crawler does have a little bit of problems getting in and out of that door sometimes. When I try to come up, it'll get caught on things. I got to watch out for the ceiling lights because I'll hit those. It's not completely bad, but the problem with that is if I made this 3 tall so that I could go in, I would have to shorten this because we are at the maximum. And at this point, this is a regular advanced subfief plus a staking unit, so that's 15. I'm spending 15,000 Solari just to have this extra area here. I would need another 15 to make it go up 1 higher, and that's a lot. That's a lot of money for a weekly base. That's a worm. But this is working out pretty well for me. 3K worth of spice, a whole bunch of plastanium and some aluminum that I took to my monastery base because that's where I make the duraluminum, because jasmine was right there. Worked out great. Still have some to take there. But this is working out pretty well. So we are going to go here and copy. And now it's in there. And we are going to immediately come inside and stick this in the number 1 spot on, well, probably not the number 1 spot, but we're going to stick it in the cargo carrier because I guess we should use this because that's what we're going to make a whole bunch of use out of. Well, we do need to tear up buildings too. We go here. Oh. I guess we'll just actually go to the carrier container. But now that we got the snapshot, we're clear to start taking things apart. Tell you what we'll do. We'll bring this over, and then we'll put you right here. So there you are. So that is our base. We keep it inside of that. Life is good. We'll move you down just to keep everything. I see I even had some space in one of the decaliters, so 10,000 wouldn't have been a problem. But anyway, so the rest of the night is going to be me tearing my base down so that the sand doesn't destroy it and I lose everything, because the structure wouldn't bother me so much. I got plenty of plastanium and granite, but these machines are expensive, and so are these vehicles, and we can't let that happen. So I'm not going to bore you with that process. It's just me breaking things. But thank you for watching. Quasi, that was awesome talking to you. I hope I'm saying that right, Quasi. You correct me if I'm wrong. But thank you for stopping by. It was good chatting with you too, bud. And we will be back on Wednesday, probably to be back out here one more time. I was thinking earlier tomorrow when doing offline, I was probably going to just stay in Haga because I've been out here more than anything else. So I'm sure Haga's needing some attention. We got to do the full run around, make sure the filters are good, make sure the lubricants are good, make sure everything's set, fuel cells. I know taxes are paid, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, we gotta put the effort in to make sure that everything is ready to go and the way we need it. So, but anyway, so that should be done. And Wednesday we'll be free to come back out here. We'll see if the testing stations are good. If not, we'll be hitting up some of these hidden caves, snagging those rewards too. So awesome. But thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Those always help. We've actually been gaining quite a few subscribers here late, which is awesome. It's great. We're on our way to 200, which would be a huge milestone for me. Do this as a hobby and do this for the fun of it. That's awesome if people want to come along. But again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, like I said. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care.